Well, ladies and gentlemen, glad to see I'm such a hit. You know, I came here all the way from New York just to be here tonight. That's the truth. You can imagine what a sensation I am there. If I had to come here to make a living. So I never even knew that I would be a comedian. It's hard to believe, but this never appealed to me as a way of life, and I never thought it would be necessary altogether because my father himself was once a big businessman. Unfortunately, he was ruined in the crash. Some big stockbroker jumped out of a window and fell on his pushcart. And he was almost wiped out. That's when my father came to me with a vicious suggestion. He said, go to work. How can I work? I got no time. I found out one thing about work. It takes a whole day. I'm not going to give up a whole day just to go to work. I got things to do. What do you think? I'm not busy. Like right now, I'm looking for a job. I'm not going to give that up just to go to work. At least this I know I got. Why should I give up something definite for something I don't know? You don't know what I'm talking about. Well, not only that, I'll tell you the truth. I would like to work. Unfortunately, I'm not ashamed to tell you, all my life I've had trouble with my back. I can't get it off the bed. I hope you realize and appreciate the significance of the fact that I keep a show clean. I don't know if you notice it. I don't tell dirty jokes. I don't know if you heard about it, but that's the truth. I never tell dirty jokes under any circumstances. Because as a matter of fact, when my family first came to this country many years ago from Italy. Don't ask me what they were doing in Italy. I don't know. They must have been on their way from Israel. I don't know. I happen to talk like this purposely. I'm the only Italian that talks like this. Most of the other Italians don't know how to talk. I have to teach them how to talk English. This is the right way to talk. You didn't hear about it. You know that I happen to come from a family that's the original settlers in this country? My family settled in West Virginia 300 years ago. And to this day, they all talk like this. You don't know that this is the right way to talk. You talk with an accent. This is the right way. You know that this whole country, this whole concept of democracy that we live under today actually started with my family. They are responsible for making this country what it is. I have a great-grandfather who happens to be the original signer of the Declaration of Independence. And it wasn't easy for him to sign it because he was living in Poland at the time. But he took one look, he liked it, signed right away. I'll tell you another thing that my family accomplished. Did you ever hear of General Custard with his last stand? Do you know that my uncle had a stand right next to Custard? But he didn't bother with Custard, he sold pizza pie. He knew that from Custard you cannot make a living today. I don't like to show off too much about my family. I just want to ask you one question. Did you ever hear of the Boston Tea Party? Who do you think was the caterer? I want to say in all sincerity it was a pleasure, but that's it. All good things come to an end. But since this isn't such a good thing, I'll spend a few more minutes. I'll see if it gets better. Otherwise, I'll get out of here because I'll tell you very sincerely, I don't need this. This is not going to help me pay my income tax either. I don't want to pay my income tax anyway. I'll tell you the truth, I resent this country even asking me for money. They got a lot of nerve asking me for money. I don't use nothing up in this country. I don't go anyplace. I don't buy nothing. And what I buy, I pay for it. So why should I give them money for nothing? For years, I was starving. I couldn't make a living. You think they sent me money for nothing? Never. They never sent me. They didn't even send me a card. They asked me maybe I need a couple of dollars. Do they know if I needed money or not? They didn't even care. All of a sudden, they found out I'm making money. They became my partner. I wouldn't mind if they asked me once. Once I could understand. This has gone on for years already. I told them I gave her. Here's somebody else. I can't support you all my life, I told them. Sooner or later, you have to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. I'm not going to be here forever. What are you going to do when I'm gone? Close up the country? I wouldn't mind if it was a poor country asking me for money. This is the richest country in the history of the world. How does it look they come to me for help? Ridiculous. You know what the budget was from this country last year? $187 billion. You know what I gave them? $12. Without my $12, they couldn't get along. I told them first spend $187 billion. Then if you're $12 short, I'll help you out. If a poor country asks me for money, I'd be glad to help them. Afghanistan. They want money, I'll be the first one. Their whole budget last year was $6. I give them 12, they got enough for 2 years. But this country don't need me. And didn't disturb me when Eisenhower asked for money or Truman. Poor people. They never made a comfortable living. They needed money, I could understand it. But Kennedy, he needs my money. What do you think? It's hard for me to believe that he can't make a living without me. He's a young guy, I said to him, go to work. You don't want to work? Let him send his brother. 1 out of 2 is not bad. I don't know if you realize what a great man Kennedy is. Anybody who can go to Paris, France, be there alone for 2 months, and come back to his wife and claim to her that he got trouble with his back from chopping trees. This must really be a genius. Ridiculous, this whole country, depending on me for a living. I could never figure it out. First of all, who could afford to support him in the style that he wants to live? You see the car I bought last year for my money? A $12,000 car. How does he know I want to buy him such a fancy car? A special car, made to order with an open top so he could stand up. Wants to stand up, he don't need a car, let him take a bus. The week before that, I really resented it. He came to the Waldorf Astoria to eat lunch for my money. Went from Washington to the Waldorf Astoria for a lunch. Let him eat in the Howard Johnson. I eat in the Howard Johnson. I pay my own money. I have to send him to the Waldorf Astoria. And he brought 300 people with him. The other 300 people I don't even know. I'm buying them lunch. Let him show me the guest list. How does he know I want to invite those people? I got a bill for that lunch, $15,000. My bar mitzvah didn't cost that much. If you stop to think how you spend your money for income tax, they take it and spend it on things that you don't even need. You know about that? $500 million, of which $12 was mine, last year went to build roads. I haven't got a car. I told them, buy me a car, I'll build you a road. And the road that they're building is not even in my neighborhood. I can't even use that road. I couldn't get to that road even if I had a car, because from my house to that road, there's no road. Another $500 million of my money went last year for a school lunch program. School lunch program I paid for. I ate already. And even if I didn't eat them, I'm going to go to school to eat lunch. How is it going to look? A couple of weeks ago, I said to myself, I ought to get a little return on my investment. I went into one of the schools, I sat down, I said, all right, I'll eat lunch. As long as I'm paying for it anyway. They threw me out. They said I was too old. At what age are you too old to eat lunch? I said, can I have a breakfast at least? I'm paying anyway. Can I get something? Do you know that $2 billion of my money went last year for police protection? They take money to protect the police. I told them, let them protect themselves. They got guns. Besides, I got a brother that's a crook. He depends on me for a living. Why should I wipe out my brother to help them? What bothers me more than everything is that I spent last year my money to fight fires. This is the stupidest thing in the world. Could you fight fires with money? Water, I told them. I told them I'll send you 50 gallons of water. Stop bothering me for money. They don't listen to me. They took my money. They put it in the bank. The bank burned down. Already I'm not bad. I'm very impressed. When I listen to myself, I can't get over what a good comedian I am. You know something I was just thinking? It was like I was just saying to myself only last night. I always talk to myself because I like to deal with a better class of people. I used to talk to other people, I'll tell you the truth, but I found out half of the time they're not even listening. Before you know it, you're talking to yourself anyway. So why should I knock myself out? I cut out the middleman and I talk straight to myself. When I talk, I listen. I wait to hear what I got to say. I don't interrupt. Because I know I'm dealing with an intelligent person, you know what I mean? Other people talk, I don't even bother with it. With myself, I listen very carefully. I don't start no arguments. No matter what I say, I get along, I'll be honest with you. Not only that, I'll tell you the truth, I know myself so well that if I don't like the subject, I don't even bring it up. Why should I give myself trouble? I got something stupid to say, I tell it to somebody else, let them listen. The intelligent things I keep for myself.